A massive update and a massive development about Dodgers rookie Roki Sasaki. Could he be their secret weapon in the postseason? Also, an update on Will Smith, who's dealing with a hand injury. We've got Ben Rortvedt. We got Mookie Dodgers. We've got Dave Roberts. Also, is the we don't give a F Dodgers mentality back for this team? That's coming up next on a jam-packed edition of Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You guys wanted a parade? We got a parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Tony starts the 50-50 club. Mookie Magic. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Dmac_LA. I'm a credentialed member of the media. I cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation. And also, join our Discord. We've been dropping it down below in the comments. Lots of you loving the Discord. You can talk Dodger baseball 24/7, 365. Another thing, too, we've got a new partner this month, and it is our friends over at Prize Picks. This episode of Dodgers Dugout Live is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but Prize Picks, being right, can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Football season is back, and after watching games the entire weekend to help me get over Dodger baseball, but now they're actually doing good, so we'll update that. I'm a big fan of Jaden Daniels. I'm a big fan of the 220.5 passing yards, and Josh Jacobs getting more than 73.5 rushing yards, and Deebo Samuel getting more than 46.5 receiving yards. Now, I've been playing Prize Picks lately, and I have no idea why I waited so long. I've actually been playing it for years. It's so simple to play. Just pick more or less than 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in. Also, don't miss out on this week's mass discount, which has Travis Kelce at more or less than a half a yard when the Chiefs play the Eagles this weekend. Download the app today and use code NATION to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code NATION to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link to download is below in our description. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Today's Dodgers Dugout Live poll question of the show. I asked you guys over on the X, should the Dodgers use rookie Roki Sasaki in the postseason? And right now, it's close. 49% say yes, while 51% say no. So we want all your thoughts, comments, and questions on all things Dodger baseball and that question too. And just a reminder that this is a live show. And we've got Noel Sanchez. He was covering the game yesterday. He's got his Shohei Ohtani pitching bobblehead that we're going to review later. He's looking for all your comments throughout the show. He's looking for your questions. He's looking for your fire takes. And we're going to feature it later when we give out a comment of the show on the 7th inning stretch. Also, just a reminder, it was on Talk Dodgers to Me with Jacqueline and Melissa. They dropped that episode today. Had a lot of fun talking Dodger baseball with them. Go check that out on their YouTube channel. And if you want to know a little more about me, not just my takes, just my opinions on all things Dodger baseball, a little backstory action, head over there. They do a great show, great podcast. Those ladies are great. And we're going to have them on this show at some point soon as well. So definitely go check that. I had a lot of fun doing that. But guys, there's so much Dodger baseball to get into. So let's get right into it.
Leading off, the hottest story in Dodger baseball.
So where do we start? So much to talk about today, but we're going to start with something that has changed in the last week. This is a Dodgers team that's getting hot at the right time. They've won 4 straight games. They swept the Colorado Rockies. I called for a 6-game double sweep this week, and we're halfway there. And this is a Dodgers team that after that loss on Saturday, where Yoshinobu Yamamoto went 8 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball, gave the home run to Jackson Holiday, I think that was the turning point for this season. Because ever since then, something has changed with this Dodgers team. The very next day, Clayton Kershaw had a season-high 8 strikeouts. Shohei Ohtani hit 2 home runs. And then you come home and you absolutely boat race the Colorado Rockies. And yes, the Colorado Rockies are not a good team. In fact, they're one of the worst teams in Major League history. But that does not change the fact that guys are getting hot at the right time. Teoscar Hernandez, 3 home runs in his last 2 games. Mookie Betts had his 26th 4-hit game of his career. Tommy Edman is back. Max Muncy is back. Shohei Ohtani is the unanimous MVP again. Freddie Freeman, still Freddie Freeman. And the most important thing is the Dodgers starting pitchers, the starters have been elite. Over the last 5 games, they have a 1.31 ERA and 34 1/3 innings of work. They've given up just 5 runs. They've allowed just 10 hits with 49 strikeouts to just 9 walks. And yesterday after the game, Blake Snell said that there is kind of this contagious competition between this group. I asked Emmett Sheehan that the other night, and he told me that you're watching the guy that pitches before you, and you're kind of picking up on some things. And we've seen Yoshi dominant. We saw Clayton Kershaw, great. Tyler Glasnow, 7 no-hit innings. We saw Emmett Sheehan retire the first 15 batters he faced. Perfect early on that one. Yesterday, Blake Snell, he wasn't a vibe killer, but hey, he only took a no-hitter into the 3rd inning. Come on, Blake, step your game up. And it was just a single. But you saw last night why the Dodgers gave Blake Snell $182 million. 11 strikeouts, 6 scoreless innings, absolute dominance. He had 1 strikeout in the first inning, then had 2 strikeouts in each of the next 5 innings, threw 104 pitches. That was a season high. Gave up just 2 singles, had 2 walks, and also snapped his own little 3-game losing streak that he had for himself. So I don't think it's just the production. I think it's the mindset, the mentality. I think this team can smell the postseason, and they're also looking at this gauntlet as, hey, the postseason's already began. Like the postseason's already begun. This is meaningful baseball every single night. In the next 10 days, the Dodgers will play the Giants 7 times. They can end San Francisco's season after the hot streak that they've been on. They're just 2 games back of the final wildcard spot. And then they have an outside chance of catching the Philadelphia Phillies. I think the Dodgers know that they're getting healthy. They know they're whole. And they know the opportunity that's in front of them. And that is the chance to win another World Series title. I think the WDGAF Dodgers are back.
Are we live?
We're live.
The fact that we don't give a
Are we live? The fact that we don't give a F. I think this version of the Dodgers is back. You know that version that Max Muncy was talking about where he said that 80% of you all didn't believe they would do this, where everyone was counting them out. Everyone's saying, oh, this is a Dodgers team. There was a column yesterday in the Washington Post that said that this is the most disappointing regular season team ever based on the contracts that they signed the offseason. So this is a Dodgers team that there are people saying is the most disappointing team ever. I've got news for you. No one cares unless you win a championship. No one cared about the 73 Warriors team after they lost. No one cared about the undefeated Patriots before David Tyree made that catch and the Giants beat them. The regular season means nothing. It doesn't mean a thing unless you get the ring, and the Dodgers have that still in play. This version of the Dodgers is back.
80% of you didn't believe in us. 80% of you thought we were going to lose.
That's the mindset. So don't let this Dodgers team get hot. And most importantly, don't let this Dodgers team get an edge. And that's what I think they found in that dark, painful loss. I was talking to Emmett Sheehan the other night after his scrum, just hanging out his lock a little bit. And I was like, hey, man, like, how do you watch a no-hitter, like, as a pitcher? He said he could barely watch any pitch. And that after he lost it, it was painful. After Yamamoto lost that no-hitter, it was painful. And I think the Dodgers have channeled that pain and said, enough is enough. And if you don't believe me that the vibes have changed in that Dodgers clubhouse, here, give a listen to Mookie Betts after the game.
And there's no real way to know. I just know that the vibe and the feel of it is, as far as the camaraderie and the energy, should I say, is definitely one that's been more positive as of late. So we just have to keep that positive energy around us.
You think you'll have a better feel after you make this trip to San Francisco and play that series, and then the Philadelphia series coming back here?
I mean, I don't know. You know, we just go to San Fran and we got a game. I don't even know what day today is, but whenever we get there, we got a game, and we just got to play one game at a time. You know, we can't look further than where we are right now.
What are you seeing from yourself when you feel your at bats, when you watch your at bats on tape? What's been the difference for you?
I don't know, man. I don't care about I don't care about none of this, man. I just want to win, and so whether I do good, whether I do bad, I just want to win. That's all I care about.
When you look at the offense, especially the last couple nights, like how much of it is just getting some pieces back that you guys have been missing versus just kind of better at bats all around as a team right now?
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Is just, you know, we're having a good team at bats through up and down the lineup. You know, for a little while we were having just some bad at bats, which caused for some short innings. But now we're at least having good at bats, and extending, you know, getting a walk, extending innings, finding ways to manufacture runs. So we're doing pretty well as an offense right now.
What gives you more satisfaction, hitting grand slam or that play you made deep and short with that throw to front?
Definitely like that. You know, they just kind of changes the inning, and it's for the pitcher. You know, it's always good to hit a home run and whatnot. I mean, it is what it is with that. I really enjoy playing defense.
Mookie, when you did a grand slam and Chris Paul, like, they high five to you, and what do you guys talk?
Oh, we've been friends for a long time. So I knew he was coming to the game today, and I told him I would see him. It actually, earlier in the game, he said hit me a home run. So I did, and that's why I went over there.
What's your thoughts on the starting pitching that you guys have been getting recently?
It's just been amazing. I mean, we can't ask for anything better. I mean, no other team can really ask for anything better than what our guys are doing right now. So we just have to jump on their back and ride them.
He mentioned a lot of things there. The first thing was the most important, is the very beginning. Mookie says right there, he doesn't know what it is. He just knows there's something different about the vibe of the team. And yes, it helps that you're playing last place competition, but I don't really care because this is a team that's proven in the past that they can beat the best teams out there. They still have the best roster. Also, Noel, he did mention the Chris Paul thing. And Chris Paul, will he be playing for a team in LA? Will the Clippers be like the Seattle something? I don't know. What do you think, Gary? Are the Clippers, should they force him to sell the team? Do you see today's developments with Ballmer and the gang? It's getting worse. Let's just put it that way. It's getting worse. Wow. Move out to Seattle. We don't want that.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. It's cool that he's got friends like that. Chris Paul, LeBron last year. Yeah. But the other thing that really stands out to me, what Mookie said, was he was asked, hey, what stood out? Was it the grand slam? Was it having 4 hits? He said it was the play that he made at the shortstop position. And that tells you a lot, because I think Mookie looks in the mirror and he's like, hey, you're a shortstop. You're a shortstop. You're a shortstop. And don't you kind of find this a little interesting that the bat has picked up tremendously, but the shortstop play has gotten even better. And I think that that's a reason why the bat has picked up, because he has so many reps and so much experience playing really good to great shortstop now that he's not worrying about it as much. So now it's, okay, I can lock in on the mechanics, and the follow through has been better. The top hand, just getting to the baseball, has been really good. He's walking more than he's striking out right now. And You know, I bring my facts to the fight. The numbers do not lie. And I'm not going to do this after every single game, but this is absolutely mind-blowing. Mookie Betts, before August 4th, before the ovation, he was hitting 233 with a 305 on base, slugging 358, had an 85 weighted runs created plus in 102 games, 449 plate appearances. So whether you like in-depth nerdy stats, old school stats, I'll make it very simple for you. Mookie Betts was having by far the very worst year of his future Hall of Fame career. And not just bad by Mookie standards, bad by any hitter standards. Like he was that bad when it comes to underperforming. He was 15% below league average through 102 games this season. Since the ovation, since he said, my season's over, and I'm just going to try to help this team every single game, Mookie is hitting 341, up from 233. On base, 305 to 397. Slug, 358 to 561. He had hit 11 home runs in 102 games. He's hit 7 home runs in his last 33. 48 RBI in his first 102 games, 26 RBI in his last 33. The weighted runs created plus has gone from 85 to 166. So he's gone from 15% below league average to 66% above league average. All the hard contact data, the line drive data, all that has gone up. Basically, Mookie has gone from a underperforming player, bottom third level bat, to hitting like an MVP. Like, it's unbelievable stuff. And when I look at Mookie's stats right now, this is what I think.
Yes, I've been waiting on this. I like this. I've been waiting on.
We got new sounds, people. We got new sounds. Shout out to Noel.
Yes, I've been waiting on this. I like this. I've been waiting on.
And that should be all Dodgers fans right now. You should be giddy like Mookie with his hands like that, saying that you like this, because the Dodgers, they added an MVP bat, but they didn't do it at the trade deadline. They did it after the trade deadline, and it happened internally, and it was one of their players just hitting like he has been throughout most of his career. So that's a massive development. That's another reason why I think the we don't give a you-know-what Dodgers are back. But then it's also, like I said, the starting pitching. And here was Dave Roberts talking about what that does, not just for the rotation, but also for the bullpen.
It just kind of, it certainly changes a lot. You know, you feel like you're in every game. You just got to kind of get the offense going. And it's nice every night you can pencil in a guy that you feel that gives you a real good chance to, prevent runs. And tonight, just the offense is starting to kind of come together. Guys that have been scuffling in the last few weeks, Teo, Andy, and kind of where they're going, trending, it's been really good. And the kind of, we talk about length to the lineup, and that's kind of really played itself out as far as stressing a pitcher. So that's been good, and obviously getting Tommy back in the fold was nice too.
So this should give you an idea of how different the pitching has been of late. This is a Dodgers team that through most of the season was leaning on Yoshinobu Yamamoto with a lot of their rotation out. The Dodgers have gone 7 or more innings 9 times in their last 37 starts. Yesterday, Snell goes 6, but you get a quality, really good start there. But they've gone 7 or more 9 times in the last 37. Before that, in 109 starts, the Dodgers starters went 7 or more innings 8 different times. So that is a significant improvement in getting length out of your starters. First 109 starts, 7 or more innings 8 times. Last 37, 7 or more 9 times. Just incredible stuff, like game-changing stuff. And what that does is it does not tax your bullpen as much. It allowed guys to kind of get back to the way they were early on the season. You kind of recharge their batteries. I mean, their iPhone battery was like 2%, and they were on power save mode just looking for a charger, right? Now they can charge up a little bit, and this gets me to a major development. And that major development is about Roki Sasaki. Something has changed with Roki Sasaki this week. And just texting with scouts and people down at Oklahoma City, what I've been told is they have not changed his mechanics dramatically, but they have tightened up his mechanics. And there's a consistency to his mechanics. And another thing too is the stamina has gone up. And there's been conditioning and working out and just getting himself in a really good place to where he can handle starts. And it'd be one thing if he was just having success. It'd be one thing if he was just getting 8 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings. But it's the velocity, how it's trended up. We have not seen him throw this hard, this consistently all year. This is the Roki Sasaki that we went crazy for, that I was doing a shoey for, that we made a t-shirt for saying Roki of the year. We might need to take the 90% off discount off those shirts and put them back to full price, because this is the Roki Sasaki that Andrew Friedman said has the potential to be, and I quote, the best pitcher on the planet. This is the Roki Sasaki that has made it clear to them that he wants to be the best pitcher on the planet. He went 4 2/3 innings. He did have a couple walks. He hit a batter. He gave up a single and a double late in that start. But the velocity, the way it trended, 98.3 miles per hour. That's what he averaged on his heater. He topped out at 100.6 miles per hour, and he threw it for strikes that got 5 swings and misses. So that has been missing. It's not just the velocity, it's the ability to get swing and miss with that fastball. So if you're out there saying, wait, Dmac, yeah, he was good until the 5th inning. He was good until he couldn't get a final out. So, I mean, should we really be that high on him? I see a quote saying, Dmac, Roki is brokey. I see that here. Well, guess what? Last time I checked, if you're coming out of the bullpen, you don't go 5 innings. You don't go 4 innings. You don't go 3 innings. You go 2 innings, 1 inning. And I think right now, what Dave Roberts says about putting together a postseason rotation, a postseason bullpen, he doesn't say, give me the lefties, give me the righties, give me this guy for this situation, that situation. He says, give me the very best 14 pitchers, of course, when you include Shohei Ohtani. And Roki Sasaki, if he's pitching like this, the fact that he has this upside, the fact that there's really no familiarity with opposing hitters going against him, and the fact that he will not have to go multiple innings and make big starts and be the guy you count on in game 1 or game 7 or anything like that, I think that Roki Sasaki, if he comes up and he pitches well and he looks good against big league hitters, I think he should be under strong consideration to make this postseason roster, even if it means not having a guy on there that you originally planned to at the beginning of the year. Let me ask you this. Who would you rather have? Kirby Yates splitter or Roki Sasaki's ghost fork? Who would you rather have? 96, 97 or 100 to 102? I think it's a no-brainer at this point. Roki Sasaki could be a secret weapon for this team in the postseason. This is happening at the right time. This was his last chance. Like, he was on the final exam and needed to get an A+ on it to even get any consideration to get into the school he wanted to, right? And he got an A++ on the final. And because of that, Dave Roberts said that there are plans to bring Roki Sasaki to LA and have a conversation with him. And based on that, they're going to take the next step. But it sounds like to me that he could get an opportunity to face big league hitters in a start. Here was Dave Roberts talking about Roki Sasaki.
Yeah. I see him playing more versus left. Yeah, and again, Roki was fantastic. He really was. So from what I understand, he's going to be flying in today, and I think he's going to sit down with people that, all of us that make decisions and figure out what's the next step. So I can't answer that, but I do know that he's going to be in the conversation with us. Not sure what time he gets in tonight, but it's going to be happening here in the next couple days. That is. I think just to be honest with Roki and kind of where we're at, where he's at, what's best for him, what's best for us. And I do think that question is going to be asked because you can, I think, argue both, right? Whether it's kind of getting ready for something to happen here in a starting role or changing a role. I think it's just all should be on the table, and have that conversation. Yes. It was great for the Dodgers, great for Roki's confidence, great for the organization, but mostly it was great for Roki. I mean, just to really let it eat, let it fly, have some success, and know that he can, be the guy that he's known to be. Well, we'd have to see it here. So I think, yeah, I mean, we still have time, but we would have to see it here, obviously. So, to Sonia's question earlier, we got to make a decision at some point in time, kind of where we're gonna move forward here in the next couple of weeks.
So he mentions right there, it's not like he's guaranteeing him a role. He's not saying that he's going to come back and be the guy that he thought he was going to be at the very beginning of the season, but there's a chance now, and he's going to get an opportunity. And you look at the rest of this Dodgers bullpen. Last night, Michael Kopech topped out at 99.7, but was averaging 96.3. The velo was down 1.1 miles per hour. Kirby Yates. I mean, the bullpen has pitched a lot of innings with Yates and Ben Kasparius. It's a lot of dudes that pitched a lot. Roki Sasaki has the potential to be fresh. So I think that the very last thing about this, that even if Roki does not pitch for this team in October and he doesn't have a prominent role, and he doesn't even pitch at all, at the very least, this signals that the Dodgers are making it known that, hey, you got to earn your spot if you want to be a part of this run. That there's going to be internal competition. And I don't just mean making the team. I mean your role. Who are going to be those leverage guys? We think that it's going to be Blake Trinan. I mean, he's right at the top. But Tanner Scott looks better. The team really supports him. I think he is going to find a way in there. I still support Tanner Scott. But outside of that, I mean, you got rookies. You got Jack Dreyer. You got second-year guys in Ben Kasparius. You got Alex Vesia, who's a lock. He's definitely on top of that trust tree for sure. Brock Stewart, you don't know if he's going to come back and what he's going to do. Anthony Bond has looked a lot better for sure for a long stretch. I expect him to be a part of that mix. But there's a big difference between the guys that are going to be on the roster in that bullpen versus the guys that Dave Roberts is going to go to in big situations. I think you want to see more from Michael Kopech. I really do. Because he just has not looked right all season. He's dealt with a knee injury. He had the inflammation. I still think that when he's right, he brings that element that you need. And that is a four-seam fastball you can ride up in the zone that you can dominate hitters with. But Roki Sasaki, if he pitches like this, it's definitely enticing and it's very encouraging moving forward. You know what kind of struck my mind too? Everyone's talking about, I saw this update and everyone's freaking out about Roki Sasaki in the postseason, as was I, as a postseason weapon. But what my mind turned to was actually next year, was the future of this rotation. Roki Sasaki, Gavin Stone, River Ryan. Dodgers have young talent in this organization. Behind them, you got guys too you're still developing too. Jackson Ferris, who knows what Bobby Miller, Landon Naka, those guys become. But that's an exciting future when you already have existing Cy Young level talent, future Hall of Famer type guys already signed for long-term deals. So lots of pitching depth from the starters. So that is very, very encouraging. But sign me up. Plant your flag right now. Like, do you believe in what you've seen with Roki Sasaki? It's just one start at the minor league level. But the issue with Roki was fastball command and fastball velocity, and he's found it. Look, if you've got a Bugatti in the garage, you want to drive it. You don't want to leave it there collecting dust. And when you got velocity like that, a special ghost fork like that, unfamiliarity is a lot. He came here for a reason, right? You're going to leave him off a postseason roster when he's a guy who could be the best pitcher in the league, give him some valuable experience. So I'm all in on the Roki Sasaki turnaround. Like this is one of the, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but that's one of the absolute subplots of this team. One of the themes of this team is all of these players, save for Shohei Ohtani and really Will Smith and Yamamoto, have had these incredible turnarounds. Mookie, Freddie, Muncy, Pajes. I mean, just so many examples. Guys dealing with injuries, guys coming back. Roki Sasaki could be the latest example. Okay, so let's get to an interesting update really quick here before we get to designated Twitter on Will Smith. So Will Smith was supposed to be behind the dish catching Blake Snell yesterday, but he was a late scratch 15 minutes before the game, and here was Dave Roberts giving an update on Will Smith and his status for the upcoming series against the Giants.
Yeah, so I mean, this is literally 15 minutes before the game as he's getting ready. His hand started to swell up, and so it started to compromise a little bit of, as he was getting loose. And so we decided to just kind of, have him down today, potentially available to hit if he needed to, and then gave, Ben the call late, and he just really stepped up. And Ben did a fantastic job, as he has every opportunity he's gotten, with these catchers, and came up huge for us with the pitching staff. And as far as Will, so obviously we're off tomorrow. We'll kind of manage him, see how he is tomorrow on the off day with treatment, and then Friday we'll make a decision if he plays. But not overly concerned, but we've got to get that swelling kind of under wraps. Yeah, I'm going to be, we're all going to be certain that it's something where, we thought that he was going to be able to play tonight. But, with the setback a little bit, we got to make sure that it doesn't happen again. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to say he's not going to play Friday, but we've got to be pretty confident that, he can catch 2 out of 3 if he's going to play on Friday.
You said he was warming up. Was it throwing?
So it was just kind of the hitting, getting ready, and then after the hitting, getting dressed, getting ready for the game, that's when it started to kind of show itself. And then so he tried to get out there and throw, and then it just didn't respond well. There might be an MRI maybe tomorrow, but we did the CT, we did the X-ray, so there might be an MRI potentially. Even where he's at, he still could catch in an emergency. So at this point in time, no.
So that's the update on Will Smith. I don't love that update, but it doesn't seem like it's too concerning. The fact that they did not feel like they would have to place him on the IL or anything like that. You could also look at it as, hey, this is a guy that you've tried to load manage all season so you can keep fresh into the postseason. And he did have a down August. He had 159 with a 630 OPS, 3 games in September, 4 for 10 with a double. The numbers look better. So we're going to monitor this. But that brings me to the biggest cult hero now in Dodgers Nation. That's Ben Rortvedt. Never fear, Rortvedt is here. He's a young player, but he's playing like a Rortvedt, like a Rort veteran, like the way he can just step in and catch games and call games and is earning the trust of a star-studded pitching staff. This guy just, dare I say, has got some aura. I don't know. Like there's something about the guy. Like, to me, he's the catcher's version of Brent Honeywell from last year.
Yeah.
Like, it really feels that way.
All the pitchers love him.
The pitchers love him. Fans love him. He's becoming this kind of cult-like figure. I mean, Chucky Robinson didn't get his shot. But here's Ben Rortvedt after the game talking about when he learned that he was going to be behind the dish and just kind of how he responded. I mean, I just love this guy's energy, the way he's just tackled this with so much professionalism. Big Ben Rortvedt household. We are here at Dodgers Nation.
When did you find out that you were going to be coming into this game and having to catch for Blake Snell?
I think 6:55. I think about like 10 minutes before the game.
Yeah.
I got a little warning that Will wasn't feeling great, so yeah, they found me when I woke up from a nap, and then I just kind of showered, stretched a bit, was ready to go, and then got word after he finished his bullpen and just met him on the bench. Tried to get up to speed as quick as possible. I haven't really talked to him that much, even this week. So just trying to hang with him, honestly. He controlled most of the game. He did a fantastic job. I was just trying to do my best out there.
What were you seeing from him just with his stuff, how it was playing for him to get through, 104 pitches, just kind of getting up there?
Confidence. Just a confident man up there. Knows what he wants to do. Has faith in all his pitches. He's got 4 good ones. So it's a tough day at the plate. He's honing in. Spun it. Changeup was really good. Put in a good place. Fastball was just fastball. Fantastic job.
With what you've seen out of the starting pitching, like I guess the last week, what's your feeling on as you guys go forward here against San Francisco twice and Philadelphia?
Yeah, sky's the limit with this group. I mean, starters are leading the charge here. As I've seen this week, I mean, sky's the limit. Everyone's got plus stuff. These guys are confident, they're hungry, and it's about time that we're going to get going.
How you feeling at the plate? Seems like you've been having more success from that point of the game.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Obviously, the start of this year, I was tinkering a lot, so I really wasn't that confident. I feel like in AAA, I really got a pretty good reset. I started to find myself again and kind of look myself in the mirror, kind of what kind of player I want to be at the plate, what kind of player I want to be in general. And I feel like I'm in a good spot now. So I'm just trying to do what I can to contribute, get on base, move the runner. I mean, there's some big dogs behind me. Just trying to get on the base and score some runs.
There you go, Ben Rortvedt. We're still looking for a nickname. She's people saying Roro. I don't know. You got to get something better for Ben Rortvedt. Look, I got to extend Rortvedt trade rushing from Jose Aguirre. By the way, I mean, that's just wild about this too. I mean, the way they acquired him, they got him in the Hunter Fiducia deal. So they trade a catcher that they were trying to give an opportunity to with another organization because he wasn't going to play here. And then Rortvedt ends up getting some significant games for the Dodgers. How could you not be romantic about baseball? The Dodgers acquired him in late July in the trade that sent Hunter Fiducia to the Rays, and the Dodgers received Paul Gervais, the tallest Dodgers pitcher ever at 6'10", and Adam Serwanowski, and then you get Ben Rortvedt. So good stuff. Now, another update too. This is a sneaky update, and that is on the Heen dog. Andrew Heaney, who was DFA'd by the Pirates, could not strike out anything. All of a sudden, the Dodgers, they took him to that dark Dodgers factory lab. They probably had him in there, and they had all the doctor's coats with taking notes and putting him in the lab and putting him through all the stuff they do to optimize pitchers. And all of a sudden, he's a strikeout machine. Yesterday, Andrew Heaney for Oklahoma City, he went 3 innings, had 8 strikeouts, 0 walks, gave up 1 hit, allowed 0 runs. He threw 46 pitches, 33 strikes, got 19 swings, 10 whiffs. I mean, the spin is up as well. So it was a depth move. I'm not saying that he's the secret weapon, but hey, just so you know, things are going well for Andrew Heaney down in the minors. And hey, if there's an injury, if you need some depth, he could be an option for the Dodgers at some point down the line because they were able to get him to the point where he is postseason eligible. But coming up next, we got this week's designated Twitter. We're also going to talk about some of the postseason seeding and your favorite part of the show. I see some contenders here. Maybe we'll do the comment of the show today for whoever comes up with the best nickname for Ben Rortvedt. Rortro. I like that. A big Scooby-Doo fan. But so we'll get into that next on Dodgers Dugout Live. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation Podcast Network, your front row seat to everything Dodgers all season long. Home of the #1 Dodgers podcast in the world, Dodgers Dugout Live, hosted by me, Doug McKain. Friends call me Dmac, and we cover everything about your boys in blue, everything you need to know about Dodger baseball in less than an hour. We've got breaking news, post-game breakdowns, roster updates, trade rumors, in-depth player analysis, Dodgers trivia, you name it. Whether it's a wild walk-off at the Ravine, a key call-up from OKC, we've got the insight, we got the coverage, and we're here for you all year long. We're the #1 Dodgers site on every platform, and we're born and based in LA. We're loyal to the soil. Dodger baseball is what we do. Trusted by tens of thousands of daily listeners, Dodgers Nation is more than just recaps. We are LA. Whether you're in Echo Park or out in the Valley, Beverly Hills, whatever it is, if you bleed blue, this pod's for you. The more you guys subscribe, the bigger we can build, and we can do this together. So stay up to date with our Dodgers Nation post-game shows and breakdowns and podcasts. You can listen while you're lifting, while you're in traffic, or while pretending to answer work emails. We won't tell. Subscribe now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your baseball fix. So if you're a new listener or a longtime listener of the podcast, write us a review and we'll read it on the show. Join the conversation, stay ahead of the game, and never miss a pitch with the Dodgers Nation Podcast Network. And welcome back to Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. See some comments down below. Pocket Rude Boy 499 Super Chat. Dmac, I named the catching trio the dog catchers, modeled after the bullpen dogs, and Ben Rortvedt is the Ben Rottweiler. That could be a comment of the show contender. Give you a Let's Go Dodgers for that. So keep coming up with your names. By the way, a quick search. He apparently already has a nickname. He's pretty yoked. He's pretty jacked, right? I mean, he's a pretty swole dude. Benny Biceps is what the Rays players would call him. And how about this one? Benny Boo. I don't know.
I like Bicep.
Benny Biceps is solid, but I don't know. Like, I don't think I'd feel comfortable like seeing him and say, "Hey, Benny Boo, got a couple of seconds for an interview?" That probably wouldn't go well.
I like this one right here. Someone said Benny No-No because he knows how to get them no-nos going.
Benny No-No. Interesting. I like that one too. It's solid. We'll get into those. But real quick, we got to pay attention to the seeding every single day. Like I said, like the postseason is here. Football is back, right? But it's postseason baseball right now for the Dodgers. Like every single game should be watched with postseason intensity because the Dodgers, they're probably going to win. In fact, they are going to win their 12th National League West title in the last 13 years. And a little update on where they look like, where they're at in the seeding. The Dodgers swept the Rockies. The Padres dropped 2 of 3 from the Reds. The Dodgers did win 9 of 13 games against San Diego this year. They have that valuable tiebreaker. So now that magic number to win the National League West is down to 13 games. So you need a good result 13 times. I'll do a full explanation of the magic number if you guys want tomorrow. But basically, Dodgers win, Padres lost. You count those, you get 13 of those, you win the division. That's how it works. But don't forget that the Giants are having success too. If the Dodgers straight up collapsed like 1997 and the Giants went on some crazy heater, who knows? But where it stands right now, the Padres are probably, who knows, they've been losing a bad team. So they're starting a series tonight with Colorado down at Petco. So they probably will pick up a half game. And the Phillies, that's the team you need to look out for because the Phillies, they've won 3 straight games. They're 4 games up on the Dodgers. They have a pretty firm grip on that 2 seed. That gives you the bye and a ticket straight to the division series. So if you finish with the top 2 seeds, if you're 1 or a 2, you go straight to the DS. And that is what the Dodgers want, and that is what the Phillies have. The Phillies did take 2 of 3 games from the Dodgers back in April, but the Dodgers have what you would want at this point of the season. You are chasing the Phillies, and you have 3 against the Phillies starting next week. And in that series, the Dodgers are going to have Shohei Ohtani pitching. So Dave Roberts did say yesterday that Shohei Ohtani was going to not pitch up in San Francisco, and he was going to pitch 1 game against the Phillies, and they start that series early next week. Shohei was pushed up when Tyler Glasnow went down in Baltimore. He was also dealing with illness on that road trip. So now they want to give him some extra rest, and you can also use him in a game that you really need to win. So that kind of tells you how much they prioritize his pitching ability against good teams. So I think the way the rotation lines up, against the Giants, you got Yamamoto, Kirsch, and Glasnow. And against the Phillies, right now it's looking like you're going to see Ohtani, Sheehan, and Snell in that series. So you got to love that. You got to love that if you're the Dodgers. Those are aces going in that series. And then as far as where the Phillies are right now, they've been hot. They just took care of the Mets, and you're going to need them to lose. They're going up against the Royals. So it's baseball. Anything can happen. But you got the Giants 7 times in the next 10 days. You got the Phillies. There's still a world where you catch the Phillies and you end the Giants season, and that can happen in the next 10 days. So stay locked, stay tuned. But it is now one of our favorite segments of the week, and that is the best of Dodgers social media in a segment we like to call Designated Twitter.
Designated Twitter, the best of Dodgers social media.
All right, we got producer Noel who's going to break these out, which is going to be the best one of the week. We'll see. We'll give a little comment to the show for this too. But here we go. What do we got, Noel? Michael J. Duarte. Oh, you mean Pedro Pascal. Wow, I can't recognize him with his jacket zipped up. He says, when Shohei Ohtani scores at least one run in a game, the Dodgers record is 63-24. When he doesn't score a run, the Dodgers are 19-24. It's a good stat. Let's go a little deeper. Because I was thinking about this morning, and Shohei Ohtani is on a record-setting pace. Last year was about 50-50. This year was about him pitching again, having another MVP season. But the record that he's going to break this year, not a lot of people are talking about it. Shohei Ohtani yesterday, he scored on a double by Betts in the second inning. It was his 130th run scored of the season. Last year, he set the Dodgers record with 134 runs scored. And he now has 16 more games to match that and build upon that. Ohtani is the first player in the Dodgers' modern era to score 130 runs in a season twice. He's the first big leaguer to do it in consecutive seasons since Albert Pujols did it in 2003 and 2004. So when Shohei Ohtani gets on base and he scores runs, they win. So that's why it's so important that he does bat leadoff and that Mookie Betts continues to have success. Okay, what else we got? This is from Jimbo at Jimmy Paul, 2003. Michael Conforto to end the Giants season on September 20th. Wow. You got Cody Bellinger at the plate. Boom! A belly bomb. That was like one of the loudest moments for a regular season game. I was at that game. That place was shaking. Shout out to my Belly Evers, man. He's having a really good year. And he could opt out of that deal. Who knows? We'll see. He's going to have a market. All right, what else we got, Noel?
Let's keep it moving.
We've got this from our friend Doyers Dave, always putting out that fire Dodgers content. Dodgers 3-0 since Muncy returned. Coincidence? Hashtag let's go Dodgers. And he's got a Photoshop here, the blue glue, and it's Muncy's face on it. Yes, he is the glue of the Dodgers, the straw that stirs their drink. And when he's in the lineup, this team is just better. We talked about it yesterday. The record's better. They average 5.71 runs per game versus 3.63 runs per game. The Muncy effect is real. The Max effect absolutely is real. All right, what else we got? Dodgers Nation, highly recommend this account. Follow these guys. They know what they're doing. Just smart, great information, funny. Definitely, it's a must follow. Go follow these guys at Dodgers Nation. It says, which Dodgers player could you see starring in a movie, and what do you think they do best in it? We asked fans at Dodger Stadium's movie night. Oh, interesting. We got Shohei Ohtani in Superman, Anthony Bonda in a romance flick, Clayton Kershaw in a James Bond movie, and more. That's pretty awesome. I mean, you really can't top Shohei Ohtani as Superman because that's what he is. So, all right, what else we got here? We've got... Oh, I love this guy. Cespedes Family's Barbecue. Roki into the Dodgers postseason bullpen. I can hear this song. It's one of those gifts that you can just immediately hear music when you see it. Yeah, I mean, it is truly a back from the dead type of season for Roki. I mean, they've gone from him not being an option and then being out in front saying it was just about him basically getting experience this year to entertaining the idea of him having a role. So credit to Roki. I mean, all the credit goes to Roki, really, just persevering in what's been a tough rookie season. All right, what else we got, Noel? Let's see. This is from Yulinda. Shout out to Yulinda. Mookie Betts, high five. Chris Paul, handshake. Yeah, you got the Chris Paul, CP3, and Mookie. You got about 3 rings there in that high five. You got 3 championships in that high five. CP3. Mookie has 3 rings. CP0. We got, what else we got? Oh, I saw this yesterday. It's so funny that someone memed this. I was wondering if someone was going to meme this. Chad Moriyama, watching the Dodgers rotation for the last month plus. Just staring up in the sky, loving it. Yeah, this whole season, I mean, has been crazy. I was saying on yesterday's show, I mean, the new ride at Six Flags is the 2025 Dodgers because it's been an absolute roller coaster of a season. And thankfully, things look like they're peaking at the right time. All right, what else we got? This is a tough one. A lot of really good ones today. A lot of bangers. Give a nice little let's go Dodgers for this one, too. Okay, these are the best. Like, whoever has this, like, camera positioned inside the Dodgers dugout. You got Alex Vesey and Shohei Ohtani messing around. Shohei's so playful, so fun. You love to see that. All right, what else we got?
Last one.
Here's the last one.
That was the last one.
That was the last one. Okay, so I think, who do you got? I liked I like the glue one. That was pretty solid.
The glue one was good.
Pretty good effort. It's pretty true. Any funny ones?
I like the last one with Bessie. It almost looked like Shohei was messing him, acting like he was like gonna kiss him.
Yeah, he does. Shohei does that a lot.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of his thing. But keep them coming. Keep them coming, guys. There on designated Twitter. Anything you got in social media, you could tag us. You could hashtag it. We'll include it on next week's episode. But I know you guys are itching to get those takes out, ask those questions, and we're looking for the best nickname for Ben Rortvedt. So let's save that one from earlier. I think that's the early contender for comment of the show. But let's get into that next on the 7th inning stretch.
The 7th inning stretch.
Let's go with that one. We got NS, Dmac, no glazing Webb during the series. You mean my good friend Logan Webb? No. Okay. I will not be glazing him. Okay. I'll give myself a bro for that, though. Christopher, bro was taking a nap, then said, I got this. Yeah. Darren Shepard, Benny Rowe nickname. It kind of runs off, you know, they call him Benny C for Ben Casparius. So they call him Caspy. That's kind of one of the nicknames for him. So it's solid. It's solid. Ishmael Sanchez. I love the Mookie salute when he hits a bomb. I love to see that man smile. Welcome back, Mookie. Yeah, I mean, that's a thing too. It's so funny. I asked Mookie the other day about Teoscar Hernandez, and what he told me was it's great to have Teoscar Hernandez throwing sunflower seeds again and to see him smiling again, and that his smile energizes the team. And I want to be like, Mookie, you know, your smile has like the same effect. And when you're smiling, it means you're playing well, which usually means this team and this offense is doing well as well. So love to see that as well. I think it's a great one. Christopher says Noel is 3 more wins away from having only one IG account. Yep, that's definitely what we're going for. He's going to delete his personal one. We got Benny Backstop. Oh, that's a good one. Adam Young. That's a good one. That's a quick hitter. I like that one. Joe B-Row. I like that. B-Row's solid. So that's a fire take. DFLA. Dmac. How long can we hold on to all the young arms in the minors? It's a fair question because you never know when one of these guys is going to get injured and you're not going to be able to capitalize on having them. The perfect example is Kyle Hurt last year. He looked like he was someone that could help this team. He goes down with Tommy John, still kind of on the fringes this year, kind of possibly on the outside looking in. But the truth is that these guys can go down the blink of an eye and they're more likely to trade away from the surplus of another position. But they do have a surplus of starters, but I think they still believe that River Ryan, Gavin Stone, and Roki Sasaki are going to be big parts of this organization. And their trade value is low too because they're coming off of injuries. So if they're going to trade depth from that position, it would have to be like Jackson Ferris for a big name to fill a big hole. So I think they're going to keep him as long as they think that they're continuing to raise their stock and that they could be an option down the line. So they don't have to trade him. They really don't. They can keep him developing him. Pocket Rude Boy, Ben Casparius, Benny Madcap, solid. Benny Can't Curry, Benny the Jet Rodriguez. I think that one is taken the last time I checked. Chris Frostaker, backup Benny. Kind of like that. I like the Bennies just kind of throwing there. I'll give you a nice little Let's Go Dodgers for that. Born Vet, not bad. Adi Aquino, we've got DMAC. I think Roki seeing Yama and Glass almost throwing a no-hitter gave him a lot of confidence and fired him up. That's a really good one. I like that. It's a fire take. I mean, who's to say that this pitching dominance is just contagious at the big league level? Roki knew that it was now or never. I think that's what it was. I think it was now or never. And he saw the opportunity window starting to slam shut. And it was big that he took advantage and had his best start because now he's in the mix. Pocket Rude Boy, Benny Blanco from the Bronx. I don't like that one. I don't know. Maybe a finish. I don't know. I can't be nice all the time. NS Benny Will, I like this. NS says Benny Will has a day off. Rortvedt. That's a nice one. Little long. Give you Dodgers for life though. Bilal K. It's been a long show without Bilal K. But admit it. Here we go. But admit that you didn't want or think that the fans needed to do the ovation DMAC. When I said you should support your players all the time, that it would not hurt. And the truth of the matter is it's more than just that. If we're being completely honest and just speaking with people, the JD Martinez meeting in Tampa Bay and some of the mechanical adjustments that he's made because of that was the biggest thing. I think I would say the ovation is behind Here's the thing. Let's just be honest here. Like, to say it's an ovation is an insult to Mookie Betts, right? like to say that fans clapping can make Mookie Betts an MVP player ignores his history, right? The number one reason why Mookie Betts is performing again is because he's Mookie Betts. And that for 80 to 90% of his career, he has hit like a all-star hitter. So what really happened is Mookie Betts became Mookie Betts again. And I think that the process of that had a lot to do with weight loss at the beginning of the year, to getting the strength back. And then also the longer, this is the biggest one too that I've talked to people about, the longer that he's played shortstop, the easier it has gotten to have a routine with it. So it's not taking as much mental bandwidth every single day. So it's really, let's focus on hitting and getting where it needs to be. But I think the number one thing too was Mookie Betts saying that, hey, I'm not chasing my numbers. I think my season, quote, is over. When Mookie said his season is over, that it really, I think, cleared his mind, where it didn't matter if he went 5 for 5. You weren't going to get those numbers back to the Hall of Fame numbers that we've seen from him. So I think him accepting that was the biggest change. But hey, the truth is, I endorsed it. I thought that you should always, we're not the Red Sox, right? We're not Boston. Boston would have booed him out of town, right? But LA is a little different. Don't forget, the thing, the thing about Mookie Betts too is, before Mookie, there weren't the rings with the Guggenheim group. Mookie brought the rings. He's the guy that said he wanted to fill up his whole hand. He's the guy who said he wanted rings plural. So he deserved the benefit of the doubt. So number one guy who gets the credit, it's not the ovation, it's Mookie Betts. We got Blauke, Lucy Chen. If they put Roki in but leave Ben Caspiris out of the playoff roster, that's pure favoritism. I don't necessarily believe that. I think that it's a little more complicated than that. If they don't have him in, that would say that maybe they think, hey, he's pitched a lot of innings this year because we use him as a starter, because we use him as a high leverage reliever when guys are out. They're going to go with guys who are good right now, who are pitching at their best right now. But yeah, I mean, there is something to be said about, hey, we kind of got you here. But look at last year. Here's a perfect example. Gavin Stone was injured at the end of the year. He's the guy that led the team in innings, right? He's the guy that got them there. So sometimes that happens with the Dodgers, is the dudes that carry the load in the regular season aren't always the guys that carry the load in the postseason. And a lot of it has to do with them leaning towards going with fresher arms. So that's kind of where they're at with that one. We got bench, Rortvedt, keep trying. Benny Buff from Adam Young. Ben Emergency, not bad. Sergeant Ben, BC, Benny Bloops. I like that. Did have a couple hits. At bats are getting better. Malachi. Okay, Ben Vert, because he's looking at that. That's solid. Okay, what's the one that was the super chat? That's the comment of the show, though.
It was was it Ben Rottweiler?
Yeah, let's put that back on the screen.
Oh man, that was deep in the trenches. We'll get it back.
You got to screen.
We'll get it back and clip it.
Here, let me go back. I'll find it. I want to get, because we got to give him the comment of the show love here, because he did the super chat. That was a good one. The Rottweiler. Let's see here. My super chat. Scroll up. All right, I guess we'll get back to you, but here's your comment of the show win.
You win. Perfect.
All right, so, yep, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with more 7th inning stretch, but we are running out of time, so let's get to the walk-off.
The walk-off.
Hits the ball to right field. She is gone.
All right, so today for the walk-off. Today is September 11th, 9/11, and I want to go back to Vin Scully addressing Dodgers fans on the broadcast following those tragic events. Here was Vin Scully doing what Vin Scully does best, and that is always having the perfect things to say, having the calming voice, making you feel better just instantly by hearing his voice and hearing what he had to say. Here was the great Vin Scully.
And welcome to Dodger Stadium. All of us have experienced a litany of emotions, whether it would be shock, disbelief, and horror, followed by grief, mourning, and anger. All of us indeed have lost a lot. We have lost thousands of lives. We have lost some of our self-confidence. We have lost some of our freedom. And certainly, we have lost a way of life. The President of the United States has said it is time to go back to work. And so, despite a heavy heart, baseball gets up out of the dirt, brushes itself off, and will follow his command, hoping in some small way to inspire the nation to do the same. All of the ball players in the major leagues are wearing the American flag. Out of patriotism, yes. Out of love of country, yes. But more so out of duty and of courage, and to pronounce a national firmness of will. God bless us in our efforts. God bless America.
That was the great Vin Scully. And yeah, just watch that every single year. The greatest to ever do it. But that's going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Dmac_LA. Special thanks to producer Noel. Go follow him at Noise by Noel. Hopefully, I'll be his only Instagram after the Dodgers go 6-0 this week. The prediction is still alive. A 6-0 Dodgers week. Back-to-back sweeps. It's still in play. And then tomorrow, join us for the post-game show for Dodgers Dugout Live. I see some questions I'll answer tomorrow. We'll rank the bullpen pieces for you. I got you on that. But that is going to do it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Join the Discord. Go to gearup.la for all the latest Dodgers t-shirts. The best merch in the game. You're going to find it right over there. And remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again,